Assassin's Creed, the game series that made millions of annoying 12-year-olds join parkour gyms.
Shit!
Alright, I gotta come clean. I might have been one of those kids. Starting with Assassin's Creed 2, I was enthralled with the franchise right away. I loved everything about it. The characters, the story, the gameplay. I loved it all. But, as the years went on and the games kept coming, I started to notice all the things I never saw as a kid. All the broken gameplay elements, repetitive patterns, meandering storyline, cash grab DLC, as well as a constant heavy dose of Ubisoft bullshit. The last Assassin's Creed I played and actually liked was Black Flag. Except for this shit. Since then, the series completely lost my interest as they stumbled from cash grab to cash grab, fumbling every attempt to change up the game's formula along the way. And still never giving us a goddamn motherfucking Japanese ninja samurai fucking game like we've been asking for so fucking long! So when I saw a new Assassin's Creed, promising an overhauled combat system, character progression, RPG elements, and an exploration of a vast, ancient open world, I was curious. Not excited, but curious. And holy shit does this game run the fucking gamut. You love it, then you hate it. You forget it's an Assassin's Creed game, then you get painfully reminded, bringing you out of this truly gorgeous world and atmosphere.
Move without being questioned, threatened, taxed or beaten.
How many brothers fell victim to the street? Rest in peace, young nigga. There's a heaven for you. Be alive if I told you.
The fact that the world is so beautiful and engaging makes every Ubisoft moment even more fucking obvious and annoying.
Pre-order now and get a bonus mission.
Starts out with a lot of promise and grand spectacle. You start out fighting this giant imposing bodyguard in the middle of a sand-swept desert, when the floor breaks beneath you and you come crashing to the ground. You struggle to find a weapon, but then you do a badass final takedown like fucking Brad Pitt and Troy. Then you want to know the next thing that happens after that? You want to see the fucking next thing? This. This sort of duality appears in every aspect of the game. There's a lot of good stuff, but there's just so much bullshit to go right along with it. The most notable and talked about change with this installment in the series is the complete overhaul of the combat system. They have moved away from the Arkham Asylum-esque attack and counter system that's been a staple of this series and just about every other third-person action-adventure fucking game since, and replaced it with a much more target-based hack-and-slash Dark Souls-esque system. So is this game really the new Dark Souls? Fuck no. Except for this guy. This fucking guy doesn't even know what game he's in. The Dark Souls combat has a lot of depth and allows skilled players to beat the game's ass by learning its ins and outs. Assassin's Creed encourages you to face every single enemy the same way. Wait, parry, attack, wait, parry, attack. And even then, the combat will still punish you in unfair ways. The game favors enemy attacks, so you'll take a lot of hits that feel completely unfair. You will constantly get hit by attacks that look like they should miss, and sometimes the enemy will glitch you into a corner that you can't fucking roll out of. It's the most fucking frustrating shit! Some of the more badass cinematic moments from the original Assassin's Creed combat can still be found here, but it's so frustratingly repetitive that it will go from feeling badass to boring faster than you can say Ubisoft is a dead company.
Let the battles begin! Sackman's might enlivens your arm! Sackman's might enlivens your arm! Sackman's might enlivens your arm! Sackman's might enlivens your arm!
God fucking damn it!
Sackman's might enlivens your arm!
The one addition to the combat I never get tired of is the bow. Unlike other Assassin's Creed games, in this game there are multiple types of bows that all have different uses and playstyles, in combat or in stealth. They provide a welcome change from the repetitive monotony of regular combat, but it's not enough to keep the gameplay fresh for long. The climbing and stealth mechanics have been stripped to their bare bones in this game. No crazy flashy features. It's simple, which is great for the climbing, but not so great for the stealth. In previous Assassin's Creed games such as Brotherhood or Revelations, the stealth got a little out of hand. Sometimes it became way too easy with all the additional tools and features you could use, like the God crossbow in Brotherhood. But this game has the opposite problem. The stealth feels underdeveloped and lacking. This is a game about sneaking around and assassinating people. The stealth should be the strongest part of the game. In a lot of ways, it's smoother than the old games, and one nice feature is the use of actual eagle vision, which is a lot cooler than the fucking retarded eagle vision in the previous games. But even this gets boring fast, especially if you keep failing the same mission and you have to do it over and over again. Another cool feature is the fact that being discovered and pulled out of stealth is not always the end of the world. Sometimes you can kill the guards who spotted you quickly before anyone notices and slip back into stealth. Kinda like Uncharted 4. Overall, the mechanics here are smooth, but feel lacking in creativity.
You and I, we're like fireworks and symphonies exploding in the sky.
One welcome sight for me is the series finally embracing RPG elements, like leveling, skill trees, looting, etc. Gaining new skills as you progress through the game feels rewarding and actually makes you feel like you're gaining power and getting stronger as an assassin. The looting aspect fits the world and themes of an Assassin's Creed game decently well, and there's an interesting variety of items and weapons you can collect on different missions or by solving puzzles. Speaking of loot, what's that store button over there? What is... Wait... Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, why?
Shadow of War, Destiny 2, Battlefront 2, and now this fucking game. Goddamn motherfucking microtransactions!
Here comes the money.
This game takes it way too far. Look at all this shit. You can spend money to purchase a currency that allows you to buy in-game currency. This is not just cosmetic either. You're able to purchase items that affect gameplay. This is so frustrating, and it makes me want to stop supporting the company just on principle. These game development companies need to stop trying to appeal so strongly to all the 12-year-olds who love to watch Loot Crate videos on YouTube and start focusing more on providing new and engaging gameplay and endearing stories and characters. Which brings me to my final point. The story starts out in such a confusing way that I literally had no idea who I was or what was going on for the first hour of the game. Turns out it's your classic boilerplate revenge story that snowballs into a larger drama of political intrigue and good versus evil. Where have we seen that before? Honestly, for such a cool setting, I really expected more. The game doesn't even make you care about seeking revenge. It never gives you enough time to care about the characters or to get involved in their stories. It expects you to be all in for the ride of gruesome vengeance without giving you anything to hold on to emotionally. For a good example of a much better way to do this, you don't have to look any further than Assassin's Creed 2. That game actually takes the time to endear all the characters involved and builds up slowly to the tragic moment that fuels you for the rest of the game. This game drops you in blind and expects you to care. They use the emotional manipulation of killing a child on screen to try and force you to care, but it just plays as lazy writing. One upside in this game is the main character himself. I was honestly so happy and relieved to see that he kept some humor and personality instead of becoming a depressed husk of a character like so many other video game revenge stories. Even still though, there's an amount of depth that just seems to be plainly missing. With a studio that has done this well in the past with characters like Sam Fisher or Ezio, this is just disappointing. Oh god, put me back please! I want to go back, don't make me do this! I take it all back. I take it all back. The story is good. It's good. Just let me go back. Just don't make me do this. I'm not even gonna fucking talk about this. In the end, this is one of the most frustrating kinds of games. You get so wrapped up in the beautiful world and atmosphere, only to get painfully ripped out of it. In some cases, literally. The gameplay's fun, and then all of a sudden it's not. It keeps you coming back, and then it slaps you in the face. This is definitely a strong entry in the series, and there are some interesting ideas and changes that could carry on into future games, improving the series as a whole. But more than likely, they'll just give us another one of these.